All right, man. Let's get this boxing talk and let's talk about the Errol Spence protection plan. Don't forget, you can rewatch this right on all the podcast platforms tomorrow morning, right around Spotify 7 a.m., Anchor on 6 a.m. About 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on everywhere else: Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, everywhere. They fight again. All them toys in there, and they fighting over. I don't even want to speak on it, but but yeah, man. I seen what Espinoza said, and like I said before, they trying to justify why y'all should pay for Thurman and Spence. All they doing is clearing the runway for Thurman and Spence. That's exactly what they doing. And now all of a sudden, oh, it was this, it was that, or Terence Crawford took too long to get back at us with this and that. And my thing is, Espinoza is in no control, bro. Espinoza is a middleman. That's what he is. Al Haymon control everything else. Okay, he's a middleman, and that's what it is. You know, it ain't too much others to be said about it. He's a middleman. But let's talk about what Espinoza said. Let's listen to it. Give me a minute. Cue it up. Hold on. Here we go.
Flat out wrong. The transparency is absolutely baffling. He got that in black and white. Seen the contract. It's there in black and white. You know, and the reality is the way we would have to account. Like we collect the money, we do the accounting. You can't do an accounting without being transparent. Now, it depends what transparent means. To most people, it means transparency means I know what the revenues are, I know what the expenses are, I know what the deductions are. It's all out in the open. Now, that has never been an issue on this fight or on any other fight that we've been involved in. You know, if transparency means something else.
Yeah, he wants the power to at least know of expenses and ask
about expenses. Now here's where it gets a little bit complicated. If you're saying I get the right to approve expenses, first of all, I have a problem with that because what's going to happen when I tell you, okay, this is what TV production costs, and you say no, I think it'd be cheaper. So wait a minute, now I can't produce it. You know, we've been doing this quite a while. I know what it costs. You know, and so if it costs pretty much the same as it does for other big pay-per-views, you know, there's an industry standard. We're not going to go into a promotion and have the risk of someone saying to us 2 weeks out, no, I don't like that contract, I'm not signing. Or go into it and say, oh, we're waiting for a fighter's signature and it's fight week and I don't know when he's going to get around to reviewing this expense and approving it. Like, it's just not a realistic way to do business. Like, you've got to have a certain level of trust, and there are certain protections, disclosure you can do up front. But the reality, you know, is to be able to approve everything along the way. There's no one who's ever going to do that because the reality is there's no way that people are going to go into it, start spending a bunch of money, go into a promotion, and then let's say 2 weeks out, somebody gets, you know, bug up their ass about an expense and says, you know what, I don't think, you know, I don't want you to spend any more marketing money. Like, who's going to go into a deal where you are at someone else's mercy until the very last second?
And that's one of the things that he said. So hold on. I got another clip. Right? Then, I mean, my thing is this. If, you know, if he was in negotiations, then he'd know exactly what the transparency mean, what Crawford meant, and what he wanted in transparency. That's my thing about it. If it was Terence Crawford that wanted transparency, you would know what exactly transparency was. It wouldn't be, well, you could be like, well, his definition of transparency was this. That's what he can say. This is what my but then he be like, well, it depends on what he means by transparency. And the interviewer says, well, he said he wanted control over this. I've never heard Terence Crawford say he wanted control over expenses. Now, I can tell y'all what I have heard in addition to that, and I'll get to it. Right? But he's talking about it takes a certain level of trust. The same company in the same group of people that's telling this man that we don't have the money, that refused to show this man as a champion, as one of the top welterweights. The same company that drug his name through the mud still is. The same company that waited 6, 7 months, 8 months after the Sean Porter fight to want to negotiate at the last minute. The same company that told him November 19th, Errol Spence was fighting with or without him. The same company that told the public that Terence Crawford cost a November 19th date, but Errol Spence walking around looking like a light heavyweight. The same company that wanted him to take a year and a half off because Errol Spence ended up getting into an accident and have to go stay from November, not stay out the ring from November 2021 till April 2023, right? Then he turned around, and I'm guessing, and this is me assuming, he couldn't make the weight. So now it's at 54. Now, let's say they did fuck around and fight April, and Errol Spence lose. Well, I had issues making the weight, which that was going to be the original excuse without the car accident regardless. So he talking about it takes a certain level of trust. Why the fuck would I trust y'all? And all y'all done is slander my name. Why would I trust y'all when Bob Arum been right about y'all the whole time? Why would I trust y'all when Bob Arum turned around and said Errol Spence don't want to fight, he moving up? Guess what Errol Spence did? Bob Arum said this years ago. Errol Spence turning around and moving up. Why would I trust y'all when Errol Spence said I'd never fight Keith Thurman, turn around and fight Keith Thurman? Why would I trust you? And Conor McGregor called Stephen Espinoza a weasel. Well, he said, well, we've been doing this for a long time. At the end of the day, yeah, y'all been doing this a long time. But guess what? Y'all about to go out of fucking business. Y'all about to go out of business. So why would I trust a company that's having money problems? Riddle me that, Batman. Riddle me that. Why am I trusting the company that don't have nothing lined up but small cards? The majority of their major cards. Hold on. My bad. The majority of their major cards was canceled. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman was rumored to happen in February. Canceled. Charlo and Tim Tszyu. Canceled. And I don't know what's going on with Planet Benavidez. Jake Donovan called himself trying to say, well, Caleb plans to clean his fighter. How the fuck you know? Your lips on his fucking private area, dude? You doing the testing? How would you know? And he was Snack, and he was Victor Conti. I'm just saying. But I don't get into back and forth with people. For what? What am I prove? What I'm gonna prove? What I got to prove? Nothing. I had nothing to prove to Jake Donovan. If he got a problem, he can holler at me when he see me. Straight up and down. Another white boy vouching for another white boy. Wow. And I specified it was a rumor. And I know exactly where the rumor came from. Right? And I know exactly where the fucking rumor came from. Right? And it's not just from one place. Right? But then again, they can sit around here and tell lies on Crawford, just like we heard on the interviewer. This how shit gets started. So he wanted control. I never heard Terence Crawford say, even in that long interview he did, he want control over the transparency and how the expenses are getting paid. Come on. If you was in negotiations, then you know the definition of what the transparency issues were. It's no, well, if you redefine transparency, no. What did he mean? If you was in negotiations, what did he mean? Unless you can't disclose it. He said, well, I seen the contract and it was in black and white. The man said he ain't seen no contract. So somebody lying. Somebody lying. Because what we can say is Oscar De La Hoya ain't seen no contract for Gervonta Tank Davis. As far as I knew going into Sunday, I haven't followed it since Sunday. Oscar De La Hoya didn't have no contract. Or I'm lying. Oscar De La Hoya, Espinoza turned around and tell Oscar De La Hoya that the contracts usually don't get signed until the goddamn weigh-in. Or I'm making that up. Ishaq Smith said, yeah, PBC, most of the time the contracts don't get signed until the weigh-in. Unless I'm tripping. I must be tripping. Like I ain't hear him say that. I must be tripping. But which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Because if you're in negotiations, there is no subjective definition here on transparency. There's no subjective definition because you know exactly what Terence Crawford wanted and what he meant and what the issue was. Don't come out in the public and beat around the bush. That's all I'm saying. Don't come out in public and beat around the bush. Don't do it. Just say, you know what? I ain't speaking on it. Just said I ain't speaking on it. I ain't getting into that. It just didn't happen. That's all you got to say. Because if you was in negotiations, you knew what the man meant by transparency. You knew what it meant. And talking about, oh, I should trust the company that lowballing me. I should trust the company that saying they sent the contract and didn't send the contract. I should trust the company that said, or a man named Errol Spence that said to keep Thurman. I never was going to fight Keith Thurman, but I fought him. I should trust Stephen Espinoza after Conor McGregor called him a weasel. What am I trusting y'all for? Y'all ain't even come over and y'all ain't even negotiating in good faith. You told me leave Bob Arum, make it happen in minutes. I left. One thing about Terence Crawford, he ain't got to continue to prove nothing. That's how I know more than likely. Hold on. That's how I know more than likely he telling the truth. He ain't got to come out here and make nobody believe him. He did an Instagram video. He did it. He set the fact. He ain't out here even after he fought Marination. He ain't out here trying to prove shit to nobody at this point. They trying to prove this is why we getting Thurman and Errol Spence. They trying to prove, it's because of Crawford, this, that, and the third. So Crawford's supposed to sit around for a year and a half waiting on stuntman.
Look, we don't have to address the first point that much because, there's been a lot of promoters and fighters that come out and say it's not that unusual to fight without a guarantee. It's absolutely not. And in fact, pay-per-view guarantees didn't even start coming into existence until about 3 years ago. So the reality is, for the longest time, for the bulk of the pay-per-view business, there were very, very few guarantees. So now to come in and say I'm the first one in history that didn't get one, that's just factually absolutely incorrect. I can give probably off the top of
Hold on.
There were very, very few guarantees. So now to come in and say I'm the first one in history that didn't get one, that's just factually absolutely incorrect. I can give probably off the top of my head 20 different fights. There have been, fights. There have been Tank Davis fights where he didn't get a guarantee. There have been Mayweather fights where he didn't get a guarantee. So look, that perspective is just flat out wrong. The transparency is absolutely baffling.
So he said they ain't started getting guarantees till 3 years ago. That some Tank Davis don't get a guarantee. Mayweather hadn't got guarantees, even though we see him sign contracts with HBO and Showtime for multi-years with no guarantee. But you know where Terence Crawford come from? Bob Arum was guaranteeing him a lot of money. So I don't know about the other bullshit y'all talking about. So Mayweather was going into the McGregor fight without a guarantee. Errol Spence and Mikey didn't get a guarantee then. Right? Mayweather Canelo ain't getting no guarantee. Y'all believe that shit? Y'all believe that, bro? Y'all believe that? That when Mike Tyson fought, he had to wait on his back ends like finesse 2 times. Y'all believe that? Come on. Y'all believe that? So Mayweather wasn't getting no guarantee, but he could flash a check after he fought Manny Pacquiao and show everybody the check he got. So where did that fucking money come from? Where did that 100 million or whatever, how many million he was showing after the Pacquiao fight? Where did that check come from? Wasn't the pay-per-view counted yet? Wasn't none of the gate liquidated yet? So if he wasn't giving no guarantee, how the hell he get with a check after the fight? That was over 3 years ago, right? I must be tripping. I must be tripping. Because Mayweather Pacquiao was over 3 years ago. 3 years ago, let's say 2019. Well, you know, it's unfair to ask us this. Y'all the fucking money team. I know where I came from. Y'all didn't want to work with them. Where they said, we would pay Terence Crawford. Y'all pay Errol Spence. Let's make the fight. That's where Terence Crawford came from. Oh, no, we don't want to make the fight that way. We want to control everything because they want to rob the motherfucker. That's what they want to do. They want to rob his pockets. They want to rob him on the scorecard, the whole 9. Well, we ain't get no guarantee, and it wasn't no guarantee for this fight, and Errol Spence's fought for no guarantee. That sounds like an Errol Spence problem, my nigga. When Sean Porter came across the street and fought your boy, we had a guarantee. He had a guarantee. You know, when Derbychenko across the street and fought Danny Jacobs, got $5 million, that shit was guaranteed. So I ain't really like understanding. Oh, it's unfair. What the fuck you mean unfair? It's unfair to drag my name through the mud. Then you got Kenny Porter. Oh, Gerard, this is unbeatable. He can't beat Terence Crawford. What he Saudi for? Because he knocked your fucking son out and had him drooling. And not only did he knock your son out, and I fuck with Sean. You know, you robbed him from really putting your son dick in the fucking dirt. You really ski masked Terence Crawford and left the window open for them. Oh, man, Kenny threw the towel in. We know Kenny. And then you go here and say, well, I didn't like what I was seeing. I knew I was going to stop the fight before. You see how they continue to take away from the man? I don't want to hear nothing about these niggas in black. They better not ever say, well, you can do, you're doing the brother wrong. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't. Because if that was Canelo Alvarez knocking out Sean Porter, Kenny Porter wouldn't be doing that bullshit. He'd be on his hands and fucking knees sucking off Canelo Alvarez. They went out there and told them slander Terence Crawford name at all costs. If I'm Crawford, I ain't fighting with the media. I ain't getting into no war words. I don't feel like I need to pull up on Errol Spence or nothing. It is what it is. It proof's in the pudding. Because why is Espinoza speaking on something that he don't know nothing about? Because if he knew what the transparency was, the true definition of transparency that Crawford had, it wouldn't be subjective. Or and then the media telling you what he meant, and the media fucking wrong about it. You know, it's unfair to say he's not getting the guarantee. And they say, well, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence wasn't getting the guarantee. Somebody hit me up immediately, said that's a lie. That's a lie. So ain't nobody trying to hear what Espinoza got to say, bruh. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that, bruh. All they trying to do is trying to get y'all to fund Thurman and Spence. And that's it. She about to get in trouble. I ain't even come close. Come here. Come here. This girl bad, bro. Hey, Mason. Don't try to be my friend. Come here. You too, hood rat dog. Two of them. Mason can stay. Oh, yeah, you too. Yeah, Miles somewhere here, see. They gotta get bad, bro. Go. Get. You can stay. You wanna go? Go. Yeah, so a lot of y'all be asking about the animals. They still alive. Rock wants salute. He said, Dumber. Ricky E, salute. Dr. Pablo, salute. He said some things people will look past. Crawford don't trust him. Would you trust somebody that drug your name in the mud? I wouldn't. He won't going along with the get along. They all shady over there. They money funny. Certain level of trust, but not getting a guarantee. Exactly. He said they do effing. He said they shock. He asked, how are you going to F me? Exactly. Everybody trusts Espinoza. I have a Jewel. Crawford talked to JC. He sued Al. You know the run. He should have knew run far away. Thurman get a guarantee. He probably don't. Man, that Thurman is Al Haymon, one of Al Haymon favorites. Of course he is. 20 different fights. Both fighters he named work for Al. Nobody believes nothing from PBC. He says, so if they giving guarantees out now, why not offer him a guarantee? He just proved when Crawford said they wasn't offering a guarantee. You know, facts. He said anybody with two brain cells to rub together can see the spin PBC trying to pull. Shout out to GK Black, and I see you, Master Disruption. He said if Crawford fight any 47 and win, they will say whoever he fought, and that's just what it is. They put it in people. J Cash salute. They put it in people's brain that to go ahead and just do that, and that's what they doing. It's slander, bro. It's really defamation in my opinion. It's really defamation of character. It is, and it's pathetic. And Steven Espinoza is a piece of shit. Sorry to say that, but not sorry to say it. And that's why they're gonna go out of business. And that's why he going down. Ain't nobody believing shit they gotta say, bro. None. They better off just shutting up and moving on. Because ain't nobody that's speaking the truth gonna just continue to go out and keep trying to convince people the truth. Him going on Twitter Spaces, convincing the truth. That just showed me he feeling. Come on, man. They going down. Anytime somebody start come chilling with the common man and the small man, you know they in trouble. Like when politicians start walking through the hood and stuff, that you know that's the last heap of desperation. When a politician start going to factories and going to see the small man walking in the hood trying to get votes, y'all know what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is. This is what they trying to do. And the crazy thing about it is the people that they preaching to or they fan base don't spend no money. So it don't matter. You can try to convince, they can try to convince us all they want to of who ducking, who not ducking. People who gonna buy the fight, they gonna buy the fight. People who not gonna buy the fight, not gonna buy the fight. There's nobody that's on the fence about buying this fight. It's people that'll get buyer's remorse. For sure. And be like, dog, I'm just gonna buy it at the last minute. It's people who gonna do that. For real. There's people who gonna do that. But for the most part, people know they're gonna stream it, they're gonna stream it. And in my opinion, if Errol Spence was a huge draw, this fight would be in Las Vegas. It would be. This fight would be in Las Vegas. You wouldn't have to fight at home every time. But Keith Thurman ain't no draw. He ain't got no fans. And Errol Spence, all this is lining Errol Spence up for a 54 title shot in the Canelo showdown. That's all it means. That's all it means. That's all it means. That's all it means. But at the end of the day, to go to this wit's end to protect Errol Spence, it don't seem like it's worth it. It ain't like protecting Floyd Mayweather from Manny Pacquiao all them years. I don't care if Manny Pacquiao was shooting the finest SHGH up his ass. I don't care. That dude ain't want to fight. They ain't want to fight him, bro. He did not want to fight Manny Pacquiao at his peak. And if you was as good as you say you is, you fight him. You ain't asked Carlos Baltimore to piss in no fucking cup of no blood. You didn't ask Zab Judah for no blood, no piss. Shaba Mitchell, none of them dudes. None of them dudes. You asked for that. And the only reason they made the Manny Pacquiao fight, Rick Glazer said on Coach Malachi show a couple weeks ago, he said the only reason they made that fight is because the Showtime executive forced them to fight Manny Pacquiao. So everybody talk about the Marination 1-on-1. They had no intent on fighting Manny Pacquiao, bro. The Showtime executives made them fight Manny Pacquiao. And he had to get knocked out for them to even fight him. So come on. That lets you know what time it is over there. When it come to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They wanted Sean Porter to expose him so they can go, so he getting older, he rusty, or whatever it is, and then they can go in for the kill shot. I'm telling y'all what it was. And if Sean Porter would have had success and he really would have struggled with Sean Porter, Errol Spence would have jumped in that ring and they would have started the hype right then and there. I'm telling you. They was looking for Sean Porter to expose him. And it didn't happen. That's why the man ran out the arena. It's certain things that they can't cover up. My thing is, go out there at the Thurman Spence press conference, say we move it completely on. We done with this. This is what you go. This is what you're doing. This is what we gonna do. We don't want to fight nobody that's not PBC. We gonna stay in house, and that's what we want to do. And nobody gonna bat an eye. The sanctioned bell body's gonna play ball because they gonna want the bag. And we could just end it. We don't have to talk about Joshua Wilder. We don't have to talk about Usyk and Wilder. None of that shit. We don't have to talk about it no more. Because don't nobody give a flying F about Wilder and Andy Ruiz. Who cares? What does it prove? It proves absolutely nothing. Even Malik Scott saying, man, come on. The man trainer slander in the fight. So all was the greatest marination of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't no marination. They had no intent on fight Manny Pacquiao until Showtime said, you know what? These Guerrero numbers is trash. These pay-per-view numbers is trash. Go make the fucking fight. Go make it. Or we ain't putting no more of your fights on. They had no intent. So it's not like, oh man, it was marination going wrong. Or it was marination going right. They had no intent. It's the same here. They don't believe. They don't believe. And my thing is, Errol Spence is on no level, on Mayweather level. He don't have the discipline. He don't have the skill set. He don't have the personality. He don't have the following. He don't have the body of work. And God damn it, he don't have Oscar De La Hoya. He don't. He don't. Without De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather probably still ain't no superstar. He ain't. He don't have none of the prerequisites to do so. He has none of them. He has none of them. He don't have the 50-50 fight. He don't have shit. And he in his 30s. And I'm just being honest. They better off. You got a better chance of Vito Melanecki and Joy Spencer being stars. You do. Reaching that level. David Benavidez, you got a better chance. It's too late for Errol Spence. It's too late. You go to 54, who can you fight other than Jermell Charlo that can make you a star? And they don't even make you a star guaranteed. The Terence Crawford don't guarantee you being a star. You fuck around and beat Canelo Alvarez. I mean, yeah, cool. Beaver beat Canelo Alvarez and don't nobody care. The thing about being a star in boxing, either you got to be celebrated as a top Olympian. You either got to be celebrated as a top Olympian and have that cachet of Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya. But then again, like Dougie Fisher said on Beeb Channel, Ringside Reporter, like he said, he went on and said that they still had to fight the tough fights. They still had to fight the tough fights. So it didn't matter. They still had to have the top fights. Regardless. De La Hoya still had to whoop somebody's ass. You know, Shane Mosley, he still had to beat Benitez, who's the youngest head world champion ever, and that will not be broken unless the rules are changed and still may not ever be broken. Okay? And like Dougie Fisher said, he didn't look good doing it. Lost to Roberto Duran, which is my favorite Sugar Ray Leonard fight, one of my favorite fights. Nigga was a dog in that fight. Came back, beat Roberto Duran. Had to come back and beat Thomas Hurd. He was like even 30 years old before all that happened, bro. And Errol Spence ain't did half, none of that. None of it. Terence Crawford ain't did none of that. So the chances of them banking on them being stars, they don't have the body of work. They don't have De La Hoya neither in Floyd case. They don't have it. So it's nobody you can can apart. Oh, get Manny Pacquiao started and fell out the sky. He ain't the star that he was. Just being honest. So the best thing they can do is fight the best available fight right now and try to build on it as quickly as possible. But him going to 54 is all risk. He ain't gonna fight Jermell Charlo. And that don't guarantee you a star. Who? Lubin and lost. He was supposed to be the next hot star up there. He got to rebuild himself again. J-Rock is, talking about 160. He just lost to nobody not too long ago. Come on. Castano's coming off a loss. Charlo about to knock off Tim Tszyu. They go to international bag. Who are you going to fight? Background Montevelli and the other guy, Israel Matamov? Who are you going to fight? Come on. You going to put some of that shit on pay-per-view? You better off going to get Broner and putting Broner on pay-per-view after you get done with Henry Lundy. So why are we protecting somebody that's not going to be a star? You better off putting resources into Benavidez and Joey Spencer and Vito Melon. You better off putting resources into them, honestly. They still young enough for you to form them to be stars, to groom them to be stars. Errol Spence is what he is. Car accidents, tough lifestyle outside the ring. He already in his 30s, probably got a birthday coming up, I believe. What star he gonna be? He don't get nobody there with his mouth. He not entertaining. He not engaging. When Mayweather got away from Top Rank, the number one thing he did was start talking shit. He started to build a persona away from Pretty Boy and Floyd Mayweather. He became Money Mayweather. He started talking shit. It's more important, I hate to say this, it's more important to get people to the show than it is for them to celebrate you and to enjoy the show. You want to get them there. And every time Mayweather get there, get pity pat roll, I'll never buy it again. 6, 7, 8, 12 months later, Mayweather start talking shit. His opponents start playing into it. He sucker people again. Even after the Pacquiao fiasco, he sucker people again with Conor McGregor. They put that press conference together. He sucker people in with Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor played the role, talked the shit, put the film of dropping Paulo Malignaggi. All of it was in God, and all of it was in the plan. They sold the hell out that fight, bro. Calling him a boy, rubbing him on his head. You know, McGregor using racial slurs, then they on the jet, you know, sipping champagne together on the same jet, going to the next press conference. Come on. What Errol Spence gonna say? Because your trainer can't talk for you. You know, he's as boring as cardboard. Y'all talk about Terence Crawford boring? They both boring. So you got to get people there. Like when Crawford swung on Benavidez, that got a lot of people interested in you need something like that. When Riddick both pieced old buddy up, when Muhammad Ali was pulling up to Sonny Liston crib going crazy, when he was chastising George Foreman to keep him in Africa, you need stuff like that, bro. You need something that's going to get everybody to the party. 24/7 gave Floyd Mayweather an opportunity. People was anticipating 24/7 more than anything else on TV. What Floyd going to say next? And all he was doing was castrating, publicly castrating, and I say that jokingly, Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya already has star power. Floyd Mayweather just made it, amplified it. Now, he would have be De La Hoya without 24/7 and without being engaging. He would have never had the fan base. He had to put some work in, too. It's too late for Errol Spence, bro. He don't have a skill set and he don't have a personality. It's too late. It's too late for Terence Crawford. You know, it's too late for the Charlo twins. It is what it is. They're going to go down in a effed up era of boxing that's forgotten fighters. How good was Jermell Charlo? What happened to this guy? And I heard Devin Haney say on the 85 South show that, this era is still good. And, you know, of course, he supposed to say it's not. It's not. Anybody that knew what boxing looked like shit 15 years ago, bro. It's not no good. And these dudes that's in their 30s, it's too late. There's nothing y'all can do. It's nothing that you can do. But, you know, get as much money, be in as many big fights you can, and try to go down as a legend. That's all you can do at this point. It's too late. It's not a De La Hoya. They're not putting money in All Access. Nobody want to see you guys, you know, feeding fucking farm animals. All right? Nobody want to see all wrestling. People want controversy. People want trash talk. People want build up. Why do you think people love the WWE so much? It ain't from the wrestling side of shit. It's the promos. It's the trash talking. It's the acting. It's the build up. The build up is more important than the Hell in the Cell if they still doing that. It's the build up. That's what people want to see. People want the animosity, the controversy. They want the storyline. That's what they want. And people get caught up on it being real, or they really don't like each other. In some cases, that may be true, like Vernon Forrest and Tim Coleman on Friday Night Fight. One of the best Friday Night Fights out there build up. They did not like each other, but at the end of the fight, they respected each other. It was a natural, neutral respect. But after him and De La Hoya, yeah, they didn't like each other, but they made a lot of money together. And I'm pretty sure they was appreciative of each other making a lot of money together. You know, but it is what it is, you know. And you hear people going around the PBC media and they feeding into it saying, well, the fight don't sell, it don't sell. Neither did fucking Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence. That shit didn't sell. It did 350,000 buys, they said. Not a fucking huge success. Neither did Errol Spence and Sean Porter. Neither were Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. It won't sell. None of them fights was invited to come to Las Vegas. None of them. So what's the problem? Y'all been losing money all this time. Y'all been losing money all this time. That's what I don't understand. What's one more last fucking hurrah to lose some fucking money if you're gonna lose some money? Y'all already going down. Too bad. Feel sorry for you. I don't want to go look. I am not a crook. Come on, y'all already going down. Why continue to waste money on Charlo and Tim Tszyu? Let Little Limit Promotion say that in Australia. Y'all, nobody like Jamel Charlo over there, no way. Let Jamel Charlo go to Australia and let them front the bill. Y'all don't like him, no way. And let his brother go fight some Australia bum on the undercard. Dennis Hogan fucking rematch. Right? We'll see what happened with Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. We should have been got that fight. It took for Caleb Plant to get knocked out to make the fight? Come on. What else they got coming up? Don't nobody care about O'Sheik Foster and Ray Vargas anyway. I just want to see O'Sheik Foster win. Fulton and Brandon Figueroa too. Didn't nobody watch or care for it the second time. It was the first time. It didn't break no Showtime numbers. No offense. It was a great fight. I didn't watch it live neither. No offense. And I love Fulton. I ain't watched that shit live. I watched the replay. Why are you wasting money on them type of cards? For what? Put these jokers on the undercard. Put them on the undercard. But this all protect Errol Spence shit, he ain't even big enough to be protected. Because you think you're bigger, but to me, you just you ain't even big enough to be protected. It didn't explain what y'all him doing the big fish shirts and all that, lying to y'all. And he been lying. So I don't understand why people was mad over the shirts. He been lying to y'all. Y'all was ignoring it. Oh, it's Terence Crawford. It's Terence Crawford. If I'm Terence Crawford, I won't say another word about it. Whatever my other goals in boxing is, I'm gonna try to go achieve them. I wouldn't say nothing else about it, bro. I don't have to defend the tomfoolery. I don't. They broke, they going down. Simple as that. And like I said, you got Kenny Porter. Oh, Jerron Anderson do this, and he's unbeatable, and he'll beat Terence Crawford. Who asked you? Who asked Kenny Porter his opinion? Why would anybody care about what he think? What other fighter he got? Because it sounds like sour grapes to me, because your son got folded up like origami. And then you took away from the man victory by throwing the towel in. Let him try to go be a warrior. Let him go be a warrior. Don't take away from that man victory, bro. Let him go be a warrior. You know Sean could have landed the money shot. You robbed your son of an opportunity. You robbed him. And you robbed Terence Crawford an opportunity. So we really don't hear what you want to say, because all the shit you said Jerron Ennis could do to Terence Crawford, you and your son ain't doing it. You laid out a game plan for your son to get knocked the fuck out. That's just all I'm saying. So all these dudes, they pushing the media, and it's a lot of these media members who just want to continue to be next to sweaty ass fighters who want to lick the testosterone off the bottom of their goddamn shoe for access. And it's different if I'm next to Lisa Ray, or I'm next to Candace Parker, or I'm next to Holly Berry, or I'm next to Kiki Palmer, or somebody. I'm next to Janae Iko Kalani, or I'm just thinking of people. I'm next to that chick that was in the Avengers, the black girl that played next to Thor in the Avengers. That's different. Zaza from the Joker, that's different. I'm next to Scarlett Johansson and Jessica Alba. You know what I'm saying? That's different. I get it. I get it, man. I ain't gonna get it between you and no booty. I can see if it was a difference between you becoming wealthy or rich and wealthy if Robert Kraft was in the room, or Byron Allen, or Steve Ballmer. And you want to move and shake to get your money. That's understandable. You next to these Z-list fighters that can't even get an invite to the Grammy, bro. These dudes who, you know, what's that girl named? Krishana Rock is more popular than. What's the other chick? Jocelyn more popular than. Stevie J more popular. There's people on Love and Hip Hop that's way more popular. Y'all lying and breaking the code of integrity and the code of journalism, and y'all lying and capping for what? I can see if you could be next to Denzel, the Migos, ESTG. I get that. Megan Thee Stallion, I understand that. You want to break it in music? That's real money right there. Talking about rap, hip hop, movies, and all. I understand that if you was trying to break into Hollywood, I get it. I would understand it, bro. But the payout that boxing paying out, come on, man. Don't nobody care about this ish like that, bro. Don't nobody care about this ish like that, bro. That just let me know y'all sell y'all soul for pennies on the dollar. Cause that's what y'all doing. Y'all selling y'all souls for penny on the dollar. But as soon as some inequality happened to a black fighter, y'all all want to point it out and kumbaya, unless it's Terence Crawford, or unless it's a fighter that y'all don't deem that's in y'all selective fraternity. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. The whole operation is a joke. And anybody feel like I'm talking to you, then I probably am. The shoe probably fitting. Come on. But y'all be the same ones. Oh, PBC. But y'all be the same one. You know, when Top Rank got a fight card, y'all be the same ones that be at the Top Rank fight card. But y'all feel like some allegiance because they let you in the dressing room and they gave you an exclusive interview about the same stuff. It's nothing exclusive about it. It's the same bullshit. It's the same vegan ham sandwich. At least I understand fight hype. Floyd always going to make sure Ben stay on top. That's a different type of celebrity status. I get that. A lot of these niggas selling out for an Errol Spence interview. This shit is crazy to me, bro. It truly is, dude. It truly is. It truly is. I don't want to be around. I don't even want to have a conversation with these niggas like that, bro. I really don't. They act like Porter fight didn't happen. If Spence didn't knock him down, Porter would have won. Wyatt, what's going on? All bringing facts. Salute, bro. He said, bro, this is a 50-55. PBC don't do 50-55. That's why they don't sell. They don't. D-Lo 404, salute. Shout out to Atlanta. Tommy, salute. Yeah, salute. He said had Porter beat Crawford, Earl would have opened his jacket and had the strap Caesar shirt underneath. Of course he would have. Would have jumped in the ring and called out Sean Porter. Tank on the same pathway. Of course. Yeah, exactly. He gonna miss out on his golden years. He gonna miss out on his golden years. And these niggas gonna be in trouble, man. If financially, if I really, man, when I'm done talking boxing on PBC fold, I'm really gonna start dropping all the Darren Landry. I don't care who don't like it. Johnson, salute. What's up, Bryce, bro? He said they won't fight Crawford, who has demanded a mandatory only Porter. And he forced that. So what's going on? Shout out to Niner gang. Y'all better win shit. You're no Cowboy fans. He said, expert genius, salute. What's going on? He said, I think if you were black, not bound by sponsors, they don't want you with that type of money. Of course, they don't want to see nobody come up. Of course, and that's why you get your money in silence, bro. That's why you get your money in silence. You show your people how to get your money, how to get their money, and you play the background. As soon as you get some attention, it's no different than the dope game. As soon as they start shining the light on you, it changes everything, bro. Then they want you to sell verses. Then they want you to sell your business. If you don't sell, they're going to take it and throw you up under the pen, bro. Big fact, salute. General Pendant, what's going on? 8. Shout out to Canada. Anthony Ware, salute. He said, we know the player CJPDC ain't going to switch him up and fix him up. Shit. Yeah, of course. Yeah, get them likes. So hit the like button. Boost could have been Crawford mandatory if he petitioned. Of course he's not going to petition, bro. It's all a game. Nobody has asked him why he hasn't done it. Of course they're not going to ask him because we already know the question or answer why. Spark said Keith never lost to any of his peers before. Don't be surprised if he win the fight welterweight. Man, I'll be very surprised. Keith Thurman look old as hell. Keith Thurman did all that weight. Y'all got any questions on answer? Keith Thurman did all that weight training and still got hurt to the body by Barrios and 10-ounce gloves. Still got hurt by Barrios and 10-ounce gloves. So if they think anybody paying for y'all pay for this fight, so be it. I ain't knocking you for it. I ain't in the business of telling people what to do. I ain't knocking. If you want to buy the fight, you want to see it in HD, you want to go to the fight, go ahead. But don't complain about the problem. I don't want to hear any more complaints about boxing if y'all gonna still financially support it. Simple as that. And that's just what it is. And that's what it is. So, but it is what it is. I'm not in the forth of back and forth, arguing with people, responding to people. We passed that. We passed that. This is the worst shit that could have happened to the box community of all time. And it's all Al Haymon fault. Errol Spence should be done at 47. He should have been unified at 54, enjoying his career, probably preparing to go up to 160. And fucking with Al Haymon, he's stuck in neutral. But he ain't got no shame in this game. He said, yeah, that doesn't mean much for Keith. It's a lose-lose. He will more likely lose. Shout out to AB. He said, you always say it gets hurt to the body, but he knows how to survive. That's survival on his toes. Keith is an elite fighter. I will not say he's an elite fighter at this point. I'm not sure if he ever was an elite fighter. Because who the fuck did he beat? Sorry, he lost to an old-ass Pacquiao. He's surviving versus Pacquiao, who ain't finished nobody in a long time. And he survived versus Josito Lopez, where, you know what I'm saying, come on, his biggest win was breaking Victor Ortiz's jaw years ago. And he survived versus Mario Barrios, who was coming off a knockout loss to Tank Davis. So, like I said before, who was he truly survived against? Who has he truly survived against? That's all I'm saying. Who was he proved to be elite against? Come on. He another one of them dudes who was all about KOs, and then naturally he turned into boxing and sticking and moving and jabbing and winning on points, man. I mean, it is what it is. Spence is AJ 2.0. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? AJ still got in the ring with Usyk ass. He thought he was gonna run over Usyk though. I did. Matter of fact, he said Ryan signed the contract. He did. Good for him. Good for him. I don't have any interest in that fight, honestly. I don't know. I don't have any interest in that fight, bro. I'm with the real boxing shit, bro. That's what I'm with. I'm with the real boxing, bro. I want to see real fighters fight who want to fight for belts, who want to be top shotters, who who want to compete. That's what I want to see. PB sent the contract. I don't know. I'm not sure. No shame in losing to him. Pacquiao's the top 25 fighters ever. Man, nigga was old as hell. Nigga was old than a motherfucker. You lost to him. You crazy as hell. He was old as hell. What you mean? No shame to losing to him, man. He was old than a motherfucker, bro. I mean, to each his own. Whatever you want to say. You think Keith can beat Errol Spence? You might be right. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't really. I mean, I used to be a Keith Thurman fan. I used to like Errol Spence, but on the same trajectory. I'm not here to change your mind. You can believe what you want to believe or any other questions, but yeah, I'm not here to change your mind. Maybe you're right. Maybe Keith Thurman go in there and knock out Errol Spence. Hey, it is what it is. We've seen stranger things happen in boxing before. Jab the like button, shout out to Sumter. We've seen stranger things happen in boxing before. But, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't see it happening. But Errol Spence do look out of shape. Keith Thurman, he look like he, been in the gym for a while. But you got to remember, too, he said he ended up getting COVID in the summertime. He said he ended up getting COVID and gained some weight on the couch. And, he's been in the gym for, it seemed like, quite some time right now. But, so who you consider elite today in boxing? Usyk, Fury, Better BF, Beevil. That's a good question. I'll give it to Jamil Charlo. He unified his division. Terence Crawford, he was before he got the welterweight. I don't think he proved he knocking guys out, but obviously he need the Errol Spence fight to prove that he elite at welterweight. But I think Nuyue, Fulton, and that's it. I probably might be forgetting. That's it to me. The only elite fighters that I can think of. That's it. Yep. So for Terence Crawford to prove the elite, kind of needed Errol Spence, but he was elite at 40. He was elite at 35. I believe he is an elite fighter, but at welterweight. But he needed Errol Spence to validate that statement. If Thurman beats Spence, the channel's gonna be silent for a few days. They're gonna talk about I was a Keith Thurman fan before I was a Spence fan. They're gonna start putting out Big Fish Thurman shirts. Yeah, I'm a Thurman fan. I was a Thurman fan. But that's on them, bro. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and keep harping, but I just find it I just find it I just find it funny where they got to go out there and continue to prove, why, they got to prove to the world why, why this fight ain't happening. It is what it is. They got to continue to come out here and continue to prove something to us. Bro, y'all need to continue to try to, stay alive and try to transfer over to Paramount Network. Because y'all ain't got nothing but hot trash lined up. That's what we can say. They ain't got nothing but hot trash lined up. Now, like I said, I don't know how they still in business. I was looking at some of their the ratings they was doing, man. And I don't see how they still be in business, bro. Showtime. It's just not adding up, bro. Now I'll be surprised. A lot of people cutting cable. I'm about to cut cable and get YouTube TV. With Fire Stick and all that, ain't no point in having HBO no more. It used to be prestigious to have HBO and see the movie of the week and all that type of stuff. You get HBO Max and be cool with that, bro. Where you get you a Fire Stick and watch all of it. And TV, it ain't nothing on TV really that's worth watching. Even sports is in the shitter. Real talk, ain't even like, come on. Even sports is in the shitter. So I don't, man, this is my opinion on it. Ain't nothing I really be watching. It's the shows I watch. It's a couple of them, but most of them on apps already. Yeah, I ain't watched a show on channel on Fox or NBC in years, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. He said they're going to hop on Frank Martin. Which they support Frank Martin, don't you? Warren, what's going on? He said people saying Ray on Colbert in April. I heard the fight with Frank Martin, the winner. That'll be a solid fight. I heard the Grail and Colbert fight supposed to be on the Plan Benavidez undercard. To me, that just don't make no sense. But PBC don't make no sense. Kobe, what's going on? Colbert not fight Martin. I can't call it. I'm not gonna say he is, he ain't. But Colbert, they made too much money too soon. That's exactly what it is. Colbert, they made too much money. He done made too much money, bro. When I seen him lose and he was back partying and shit, he didn't even care he lost. I know a lot of people, some people, able to get over losses, fairly easy and shit like that. But to lose the way he lost, but he ain't really give a hell. I was like, yeah. Oh, no problem, Warren. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. But you know what? I'm tired of asking people hit the damn thumbs up button. Y'all gonna hit it. Y'all gonna hit it. Y'all ain't. So I ain't gonna continue to beg. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. He said Colbert, another black fighter relying on natural gifts and don't want to do the work. That's what it seemed like. I would say that's exactly what it looked like. But yeah, you gotta wait and see. But that's what it looked like. Oh yeah, Ryan Garcia said he finally got the contract. So him and De La Hoya point to that contract. So y'all seen it. So yeah, they got it. So April 15th, I know some people probably gonna go to that. I have no interest, but we'll see. I think I might go to the AB fight, bro. Come right back. I don't know. Might be in the cards, it might not. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm out. Y'all can listen to this on the podcast or YouTube today, or the podcast will be up in the morning. Hit the link tree, man. You can find the podcast everywhere through this person, through this link tree right here. Appreciate y'all. Link tree, the first link in all the description of my videos. Don't forget to check out my Detroit channel right here on YouTube, Mercy Sports Talk, more sports news, entertainment around Detroit. Appreciate y'all. Peace.